My attachment style is anxious. When my partner needs space, I feel panicky. I don't know what to do. How do I self-soothe in these moments? How do I calm down? Hi, I'm Vasi Sarandopoulou. I'm a psychologist, relationship counselor, trainer, and speaker. And I'm here to share with you tips and insights from the psychology world about ourselves and about our relationships. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you can get notified every time I release a new video. Before we see how we can soothe ourselves if we are anxiously attached partners, let's see first a few things about what it means to be anxiously attached. Take a look at the previous videos that I have created and you can find more information about all four attachment styles. However, let me tell you a few things about anxious attachment style. A person who has the anxious attachment style or preoccupied attachment style is a person who overanalyzes their relationship rather than actively participate in it. It's a person that might think highly of other people, but they have a low self-esteem. If you have anxious attachment style, you're probably sensitive and attuned to your partner's needs, but at the same time, you are often insecure and anxious about your own worth in the relationship. If, for example, your partner is not available, or you have a fight, or they reject you, and they don't respond to your own needs, you might blame yourself, or you might label yourself as being not worthy of love. It's most probable that you're blaming yourself as doing everything wrong or being the problem in the relationship. Generally, people with anxious attachment style, they need constant reassurance that they are loved, worthy, and good enough. One of the things that they're really scared of is abandonment, and that can cause them anxiety, and that can make them even intensely jealous or suspicious of their partners. This fear might make them even more desperate or dependent or clingy and preoccupied all the time with what's happening in their relationship. Also, people with anxious attachment style, they are afraid to be alone. Or even worse, they're thinking that they will never be able to be alone, that they will always need somebody next to them. They're looking for intimacy and closeness in their relationship, and that makes them highly dependent on others. However, the presence and reassurance of others appears to be something that makes them feel good, but only temporarily. Their insecurity is there every time that they see a hint or an evidence that something is going wrong in the relationship. And of course, that can be really exhausting for the relationship. It's like an emotional roller coaster all the time. And in the long run, it can create a lot of anxiety and unhappiness and low satisfaction from the relationship. However, a partner who is anxiously attached, it doesn't mean that they always harm the relationship. Their approach on the relationship can be also life-saving. What I mean with that? It means that, especially if they are connected, related with an avoidantly attached partner, it means that the partner with the anxious attachment style is the person who points out what needs to be fixed in the relationship, is the person that openly expresses their emotion. It's the person that facilitates a lot of difficult but important conversations. So, in this way, they are protecting the relationship. However, feeling insecure all the time about where they stand in the relationship and whether their partner loves them as much as they do or as much as they used to love them in the beginning, you can understand how this can drain the relationship. So, if you are a partner with an anxious attachment style, what are some things that you can do when your partner is asking you for some space? One thing that you can do is practice grounding exercises and relaxation. That's something that you can achieve through diaphragmatic breathing or yoga, or if you try working out, or if you go for a walk in nature. And of course, mindfulness and meditation helps a lot with that. Another thing that you can do, instead of anxiously texting your partner and worry every 10 minutes, write your thoughts on your journal. Journaling helps a lot because we can see our thoughts and we can see how scary or terrible they can be, or in most cases, we can see how unhealthy and unhelpful they are. So before we speak them up to our partner and before we damage the relationship by saying all these things and regretting saying all these things, it's safer if we just put it in a journal. And while you're there, try to remember your worth. Your worth doesn't depend on other people's actions, decisions, feelings, or their perspective. You are worthy no matter what. So that's something that an anxiously attached person needs to cultivate. As we said in the beginning, you are a person who's feeling insecure and you feel that you're not worthy of love sometimes, or that everything you do is wrong. Even though we make mistakes, what we need to believe, what we need to remind ourselves is that we are worthy of love even through our mistakes, even if we are not perfect. That's something for you to remind yourself all the time. And remind yourself also that your partner has chosen you because you're not perfect, because of all these vulnerabilities and weaknesses, and of course, your strengths and your talents and your skills and your character. Another helpful thing that you can do is practice self love and self compassion. I know that you're feeling lonely or maybe rejected or hurt or sad at this moment. What would you do for a best friend of yours? You would hug them. You would validate their feelings. You would say to them how much it hurts, and you know that and you understand that. You would actually help them understand where this pain comes from. You would tell them that this comes from all these past experiences that they have been left alone. It's the accumulation of loneliness and pain that has been there in their life, and it gets triggered every time that their partner is leaving them alone. So hug yourself, embrace all the feelings, embrace the pain, and take good care of yourself when you're feeling lonely. Don't push yourself. Don't try to invalidate and make you feel that you shouldn't feel like that. No, it makes perfect sense. It's normal. It's human if you feel like that. Another thing that will help you calm down is make a list of all the things that show that you are important, that you matter for other people, and all the things that other people appreciate when you are present in their lives. Not only your partner, but all the people in your life. What are the things that they appreciate about you? How they like when you're funny, when you're kind, when you make them feel good. Write all these things, which is remind again yourself of your worth. And talking about reminders, remind yourself also of all the things that your partner loves about you, all the things that they have expressed, and they know how important you are to them. Write them down in your journal. And this is something that you don't need to write only when you're feeling hurt and lonely. You can write it anytime. Preempting our fears is the best thing that we can do. Another thing that you can do when your partner tells you that they need some space is share with your partner that you trust them and that you know that they don't want you to suffer in isolation. Actually, give them the lead for reaching out to you first. Tell them that when they want to connect with you again, you're going to be there. You don't need to take the lead all the time. Another thing that you can do is make a list of things that calm you down and soothe yourself. And this list can be make yourself a cup of tea, go for a walk, talk to a friend, watch your favorite movie. Make a list and go back to that list every time you feel anxious, overwhelmed, or insecure about your relationship. Practice some of them. Another thing that you can do is focus on you. Being a partner with a preoccupied, the anxious attachment style means that your antennas are always focused on your partner. But now you're changing that pattern. Focus on you. Practice gratitude for what is there in your life right now and how far you have come in your life. Focus on you, on your journey, and on your needs. Another thing that you can do is remind yourself that people don't love and unlove from one moment to the other. This is what a person with an anxious attachment style believes, that people can change their minds from one moment to the other. But remind yourself that once you love, you don't unlove so easily. So that was it. Let me know which one of these tips resonates with you and put it in a comment. Share your experience. Or also, I'm very curious to know what has helped you in creating a more secure attachment style. Take a look at the AntiLoneliness Academy that I have created for all those of you who are ready to dig deeper and create more connection, more joy, and more freedom in your life. This is my online platform with courses that you can find there about relationships, about boundaries, about ourselves, about self-love and self-acceptance. And of course, I will not forget to share some of my favorite relationship blog articles in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel in order to get notified for my new videos where I will be talking more about relationships and how to know ourselves better and how to heal. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you very much for your support. Until next time, take good care of yourself.